In the murky depths of the paranormal world where shadows dance with the unknown, whispers circulate about objects imbued with a sinister energy. These objects, often steeped in tragedy and whispered rumors, are said to possess a power that defies explanation, a power that can warp reality and unleash unimaginable terror upon those who dare to interact with them. Among these cursed artifacts, one stands apart, shrouded in a chilling history that has captivated and terrified those who delve into its sinister past, the Dybbuk Box. It is whispered to be more than just a container. It is a prison, a vessel for something ancient and malevolent, a conduit to a realm where darkness reigns supreme. The origins of the Dybbuk Box are shrouded in mystery, its history a tapestry woven from folklore, superstition and chilling accounts passed down through generations. Its existence seems to straddle the line between myth and reality, leaving even the most skeptical minds questioning the true nature of its power. Some dismiss it as a mere legend, a spooky tale to frighten children and fuel imaginations. But for those who have encountered the box, who have felt its icy grip on their sanity, the Dybbuk Box is all too real, a stark reminder that some mysteries are best left undisturbed. The Dybbuk, a malevolent spirit from Jewish mysticism, possesses the living, wreaking havoc. It is the soul of a sinner trapped between worlds, seeking escape. Possession is their only means to interact with the world. The Dybbuk's presence brings fear, illness, and violent outbursts. It transforms the possessed into puppets, controlled by unseen strings. The Dybbuk Box, a container for a malevolent spirit, is a harbinger of misfortune. Its story has seeped into our modern world, leaving unsettling accounts. Like a cursed artifact, it attracts misfortune. Tales range from personal tragedy to paranormal activity. Some experience vivid nightmares haunted by a malevolent entity. Others feel overwhelming dread as if watched by unseen eyes. The Dybbuk Box is an active, malevolent force. Objects move, lights flicker, and devices malfunction in its presence. It acts as a conduit for malevolent energy, corrupting everything it touches. The legacy of the Dybbuk Box is one of fear and mystery. Whether superstition or real, it remains a chilling enigma. Our journey into the heart of the Dybbuk Box begins within the rich tapestry of Jewish folklore, passed down through generations like a flickering candle in the darkness. Imagine the hushed tones of storytellers gathered around crackling fires, their words painting vivid images of a world where the veil between the living and the dead was thin. Unseen forces whispered on the wind and shadows danced with a life of their own. Among these shadowy figures, the Dybbuk held a place of particular dread. It was not simply a ghost, but something far more sinister. The Dybbuk, according to these ancient legends, was a dislocated soul, driven by a thirst for vengeance or a desperate longing to reconnect with the physical world. To understand the Dybbuk, delve into Kabbalah, a system exploring God, the universe, and the soul. The soul is eternal, existing before birth and after death. Sometimes a soul becomes derailed, burdened by past deeds or traumas. In these moments, a soul can become a Dybbuk, tossed between the living and the dead, unable to move on, seeking solace. The living become a beacon to these lost souls. The Dybbuk, driven by desperation, seeks to possess the living. The concept of the Dybbuk Box, while popularized in recent times by sensationalized stories and Hollywood horror films, has its roots in this ancient fear of spiritual possession and the desire to control the unseen forces that surround us. Imagine, if you will, a world where the threat of Dybbuk possession was a very real and present danger, where families whispered prayers of protection and sought the guidance of rabbis and mystics to ward off these malevolent entities. In this context, the Dybbuk Box becomes more than just a spooky story. It evolves into a symbol of both fear and hope, a physical manifestation of humanity's attempts to understand and control the forces that lie beyond our comprehension. If a Dybbuk could possess a living person, could it not also be trapped, its malevolent energy contained within a physical object? The creation of a Dybbuk Box was not a task taken lightly. It involved intricate rituals, ancient prayers, and the inscription of protective symbols meant to bind the spirit within and prevent its escape. The box itself was often crafted from simple materials like wood or metal, but its significance lay in the power imbued within it. through these sacred practices. The Dybbuk Box, once sealed, was often hidden away, kept far from the reach of the unsuspecting, and treated with a mixture of fear and reverence. It became a tangible reminder of the unseen forces that exist alongside our own. A warning that some doors are best left unopened and some spirits, once disturbed, are not easily appeased. The creation of a Dybbuk Box was not mere carpentry. It was a ritual, a dance between faith and fear, crafting a prison for a being of immense power. Imagine the craftsman, chosen for his skill, stepping into a realm where the mundane met the mystical. The wood, perhaps oak or cedar, was carefully selected for its strength and resilience. Protective symbols, ancient Hebrew letters, were carved into the wood, each a ward against the evil within. The act of creating the vessel attracted unseen entities drawn to the workshop like moths to a flame. The construction of the Dybbuk Box was as much about what was left unseen as it was about the tangible elements of wood and metal. Hidden compartments and false bottoms held objects imbued with power and significance. These talismans were not mere trinkets, but essential to the ritual. Dried herbs, roots, and sacred texts were potent weapons against darkness. Locks of hair or nail clippings linked the Dybbuk to the box. Each object added another layer of protection. The craftsman constructed a microcosm balancing light and darkness. As he hammered the final nails, he felt relief and trepidation. He had created a vessel of immense power capable of containing a force that could corrupt and destroy. The Dybbuk Box hummed with dark energy, a reminder of unseen forces. While the exact contents of any given Dybbuk Box are shrouded in mystery and speculation, passed down through whispered rumors and fragmented accounts, imagine, if you will, peering into the murky depths of this forbidden container, your heart pounding in your chest as you steel yourself against the wave of dread that washes over you. Inside, nestled amongst the other talismans and objects of power, you might find a small vial, its glass cloudy with age, containing a dark, viscous liquid. It is a glimpse into the abyss, a chilling reminder that the Dybbuk Box is not simply a container, but a conduit, a portal to a realm where darkness reigns and malevolent entities wait patiently for the opportunity to break free and wreak havoc upon the world of the living. The Dybbuk Box, a whispered legend spun in hushed tones around campfires and in dimly lit synagogues, emerged from obscurity into the modern world. In 2003, in Portland, Oregon, antique dealer Kevin Mannis encountered an object that would alter his life. A simple wooden box from an estate sale held a power that defied explanation. The box, adorned with Hebrew lettering and strange carvings, exuded an odd energy. Mannis purchased it, unaware he had invited a malevolent entity into his life. Driven by curiosity, Mannis opened the box. He hoped for valuable artifacts. A musty odor wafted out, sending a shiver down his spine. Inside, he found a dried rose, a lock of hair, a small candlestick, and tarnished coins. Disappointed, he placed the box on a shelf. Unsettling events began to plague his shop. Lights flickered and died. Objects moved on their own. He suspected the box. One evening he heard a whisper, a faint voice calling his name. He spun around but found nothing. Strange occurrences in Mannis's shop intensified. Customers reported a cold spot and a shadowy figure with glowing eyes. Mannis experienced vivid nightmares of a dark entity trying to break free. He woke up in cold sweats, unable to distinguish dreams from reality. His shop became a source of anxiety, heavy with oppressive energy. Desperate, Mannis researched Jewish mysticism and Dybbuks. He learned of Dybbuks and rituals to contain them. Following a rabbi's advice, he tried to reseal the box, escalating the activity. Objects flew, the air decayed, and the temperature dropped, warping reality. Realizing the true danger he had unleashed, Mannis decided to rid himself of the Dybbuk Box. He gave it to his mother as a gift, an act he would come to regret deeply. Within days, his mother suffered a stroke, her health deteriorating rapidly. Racked with guilt and fear, Mannis retrieved the box and began searching for a way to permanently contain the entity it held. His search for answers led him down a rabbit hole of ancient rituals, obscure texts, and encounters with paranormal investigators and self-proclaimed demonologists. He attempted to destroy the box, to burn it, to bury it, but each attempt was met with fierce resistance, as if the entity within was determined to remain tethered to the physical world. Eventually, Manis, at his wit's end, decided to sell the Dybbuk Box, hoping to pass the curse on to someone else. He listed it on eBay, including a detailed account of his experiences and a warning to potential buyers. To his surprise, the box sold quickly, purchased by a student interested in the occult, and so the Dybbuk Box continued its journey, leaving a trail of misfortune and despair in its wake. Its dark legacy intertwined with the lives of those foolish enough to believe they could control the forces it contained. The story of the Dybbuk Box, fueled by Kevin Manis's chilling accounts, began to attract paranormal investigators. Armed with EMF readers, EVP recorders, and infrared cameras, they ventured into haunted places. They sought to document the unexplained and capture evidence of the unseen forces. Dave Schrader led one of the earliest investigations. His team reported unsettling occurrences like temperature fluctuations, EMF spikes, and disembodied voices. They even claimed the box moved on its own. Perhaps the most intriguing and unsettling evidence collected during these paranormal investigations came in the form of electronic voice phenomena, or EVPs. These recordings, often captured during moments of silence or amidst the white noise of static, seem to contain the voices of unseen entities, their whispers and murmurs hinting at a presence that existed beyond the veil of our perception. Imagine, if you will, sitting in a darkened room listening intently to the playback of an EVP recording. The static crackles and pops, and just when you think you hear a voice, it disappears into the background noise. Then, clear as day, a voice, its tone raspy and filled with a strange echo, whispers your name. The voices captured in these EVP recordings varied from investigation to investigation. Some were soft, almost mournful whispers, while others were guttural growls or blood-chilling screams. Some seemed to be speaking in foreign languages, their words indecipherable yet undeniably filled with emotion, while others spoke in fragmented sentences, their messages cryptic and often unsettling. Despite the efforts of linguists, audio engineers, and paranormal enthusiasts, many of these EVP recordings remain open to interpretation. Were these the voices of the Dybbuk attempting to communicate with the world of the living, or were they simply the echoes of residual energy, fragments of past conversations and emotions imprinted onto the environment itself? While EVP recordings provided tantalizing clues to the unseen world, paranormal investigators also relied on a variety of other tools and techniques to try and document the presence of the Dybbuk or the effects of its curse. They employed electromagnetic field detectors, or EMF readers, to measure fluctuations in electromagnetic energy, believing that spirits could manipulate these fields as a means of manifesting their presence. Time and again, investigations of the Dybbuk Box yielded unusual EMF readings, often in the immediate vicinity of the box itself, or in areas where witnesses had reported feeling a cold spot or seeing a shadowy figure. These spikes in electromagnetic energy, while not conclusive proof of paranormal activity, lent credence to the idea that something unusual, something beyond the realm of conventional explanation, was occurring in the presence of this cursed object. Thermal imaging cameras, capable of detecting variations in temperature, were also employed to try and capture images of the unseen entities said to be drawn to the Dybbuk Box. These cameras, often used in law enforcement and scientific research, revealed a world beyond our normal vision, a realm where heat signatures betrayed the presence of living beings, even in complete darkness. While skeptics often dismissed these images as tricks of the light or the misinterpretation of natural phenomena, paranormal investigators pointed to them as further evidence that the Dybbuk Box was not simply a collection of wood and metal, but a beacon, drawing to it a menagerie of unseen entities. Their presence made visible only through the lens of technology designed to peer beyond the veil of our everyday reality. Today, the Dybbuk Box, once a whispered legend, resides in a place where reality and nightmare blur. Within Zach Bargan's haunted museum, the box captivates and terrifies those who dare to enter. Imagine stepping through the heavy doors, enveloped in an atmosphere of unease. The air is thick with whispered tales of tragedy and possession. The Dybbuk Box, encased in glass, holds a place of prominence. Zach Bargans, convinced of its danger, secured it with protective charms. Despite these precautions, the Dybbuk Box continues to exert a strange and unsettling influence on those who come into its presence. Visitors to the museum, many drawn by the box's notoriety and eager to catch a glimpse of this infamous artifact, often report feeling a range of unexplained phenomena: a sudden drop in temperature, a feeling of being watched, or an overwhelming sense of dread that seems to emanate from the box itself. Some, perhaps emboldened by a sense of bravado or a desire to tempt fate, have been known to taunt the entity trapped within the box, whispering challenges or insults through the glass, their voices echoing nervously in the dimly lit room. Museum staff and seasoned paranormal investigators alike caution against such reckless behavior, for the consequences of provoking a being of such power are unknown and potentially dire. There are even whispers amongst those who work within the museum's shadowy halls of security cameras malfunctioning in the vicinity of the box, their footage corrupted by static or inexplicably erased, as if the entity within is aware of its surroundings and resents any attempts to document its existence. These stories, passed from employee to employee, serve as a constant reminder that the Dybbuk Box is not merely an inert object, but a living, breathing entity, its malevolent energy still capable of reaching out from its prison and leaving its mark on the world of the living. And so the Dybbuk Box remains, a silent sentinel in a museum dedicated to the macabre and the mysterious, its presence a testament to the enduring power of belief and the unsettling notion that some doors, once opened, can never truly be closed. The Dybbuk Box, despite its current state of confinement, remains an enigma. Is it truly a prison for a malevolent entity? Or is it simply an object with a dark history? It sits in silent judgment, a silent observer, to feel the icy touch of fear. It is a symbol of the unknown. The line between the rational and the irrational is often blurred. Some mysteries are best left unsolved, for within the darkness there are things that lurk. The Dybbuk Box, woven from ancient folklore and terrifying encounters, stands as a testament to the power of belief and the unknown. It has captured imaginations and stoked fears, spreading like wildfire in the digital age, fueled by internet forums, YouTube, and Hollywood. What is it about this wooden box that fascinates and terrifies us? Why does its name send shivers down our spines? Perhaps it's the box's connection to the Holocaust, a time of unimaginable suffering and loss, lending it a certain gravitas. The idea that an object could absorb pain and terror, serving as a conduit for restless spirits, is deeply unsettling. Or perhaps it's the nature of the Dybbuk itself, a malevolent entity trapped within, fueling our fascination and fear. The Dybbuk Box remains an enigma, a puzzle of history, belief, and the paranormal. The Dybbuk Box inspires both fear and fascination. Humans are drawn to cursed objects, artifacts with supernatural powers. These objects, steeped in history and rumors, remind us of unseen forces. Why are we drawn to them, even as we fear their potential harm? Psychologists suggest our fascination stems from a need to make sense of the world. We seek comfort in the idea of forces beyond our comprehension. Cursed objects provide a focal point for these beliefs. They become vessels for our anxieties and deepest fears. The stories we tell reveal more about ourselves than the objects. The Dybbuk Box reminds us that our beliefs shape our reality. It is a testament to the power of human imagination and our capacity for wonder and dread. And so we come to the ultimate question, the one that has haunted every owner, every investigator, every visitor who has stood before the Dybbuk Box and felt its strange, unsettling energy. Does evil truly dwell within? Is this unassuming wooden container truly a prison for a malevolent entity, a being of pure darkness trapped within its confines? The answer, like the box itself, remains shrouded in mystery. The Dybbuk Box, silent and unyielding, stands as a testament to the enduring power of belief.